one of the 4 Grand Slam will be coming to an end this Sunday. And of course, like you know, the only one being played on grass, the oldest, one of the most glamorous, that is Wimbledon. We'll be having the finals for men on Sunday and that of the women on Saturday. And of course, a lot is being said. We've seen great big names being knocked off. We saw Andy Murray, of course, saying goodbye to tennis. That will be coming back to that later with my guest in here. Of course, I still have Velocity Sports guest analyst, Mr. Lumide, in out. Mr. Lumide, you're welcome to the studio one more time.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
And to my right is Casey, also a presenter. Of course, today I'm betting him to anchor it today. The next time, it might be the one to be on the hot seat. Casey, welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Like I said, Wimbledon will be coming to an end on Sunday, and already we have semi-finals to be played on Saturday. And of course, it will be between the tall man, of course, who's very good at picking balls, Medvedev. Of course, we're playing against the defending champion, the person of Carlos Alcaraz. That guy who has got great shots in his hands, and he's coming to one of the best right now in the world, trying to take over from those big names. And the other semi-finals, of course, we have Djokovic, the man that loves playing on grass. We're playing against Musetti in the second semi-finals of the Wimbledon. And of course, a lot of people are actually praying that Djokovic equals the record of Federer, that has won Wimbledon 8 times. Djokovic has won it 7 times, and we're looking towards equaling Federer's record by winning this one the 8th time. And of course, it will be an interesting moment for tennis lovers this weekend. The men-women final will be played on Saturday. Of course, it will be between Paolini of Italy, the first Italian to get to the finals of the Wimbledon. Of course, she actually defeated Donna Vecchi 2-6, 6-4, 7-6 to get to the finals of the women, the Wimbledon finals. And the other finalist, of course, is in the person of Barbara Jekivkova, and she defeated the favorite for this year's tournament, the defending champion also, Elena Rybak. Of course, she defeated her 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. So it will also be an interesting moment for the women final. And like I said, Djokovic, of course, will be looking towards equaling Federer's record of winning it 8 times. And who knows, it might just be this last time. But of course, it's not talking about retirement. The man that retired is Andy Murray, and we saw. I was also moved. I was crying when he was being given a parting clap by the fans. Andy Murray saying bye bye to tennis. I saw his pictures from way back, up to this moment, and I felt a lot of emotions in me.
Yes, anybody that has a good heart in him is expected to feel that way. This is a game he has been playing from age 7. When they were giving him the valedictory applause, I was moved. He couldn't talk. He looked at the crowd. They were all standing, giving him the applause, and the place was rowdy. The anchor of the program herself was speechless. He couldn't talk, but he just kept cleaning off the tears off his eyes. This thing has been a part of his life, a game he has played passionately, a game that has made him a global figure, a game that has given him a brand, a game that he has no choice, but he has come to associate with over the years. It's an emotional moment. It has taught us a lot of lessons that when you stay with one thing and that thing promotes you, the world, you can be a mentor to the world at any time. Andy Murray, if you're watching, congratulations to you. I wish you the best. Have a great time. You left us with a good message in life. God bless you.
Yes, of course. Seeing Andy Murray, he looks so young, and if it would be Nigeria, you think that should be the time he should start his tennis career. And I think that's one problem where we are having here, discovering talent, nurturing them very early. And of course, we might come back to that. The guy from Spain who just scored a beautiful goal in one of the matches in Euro 2024. And the Murray looked so young, and I felt this guy can still continue. But of course, he has been there for so many years, just 30 something. And for Nigeria, of course, maybe that might be the time. Some people say, okay, it's time for him to start playing tennis. What's the problem concerning sports in Nigeria? Early discovery, nurturing, and taking them to the limelight. It's like it seems to be dying. In the past, in the 80s, we saw talent coming up at a very young age and blossoming to the peak of their career. What's the problem of Nigerian sports in terms of talent discovery and nurturing?
Yeah, you see, if you look at that aspect, I must tell you, it's not a topic we can execute today. I read a book called America and Sports. I'll just give you a briefing for this short time. When a child grows up in America, or when a child is born, they keep all of the materials used for different sports before the child, and the child is permitted to crawl to any one of his choice. If the child crawls to a tennis ball, a tennis bat, for example, table tennis bat now, they will make sure it is documented. After some years, they will repeat that. In 72% of the times, the child has the capacity to crawl back to that same table tennis bat. Then they know that this game is inbuilt in this child. Then they start training that child
Towards
that line. And
Still,
before you know what is happening, a champion.
Yeah, it's still again, the problem with I think when it comes to sport generally in Nigeria, I think we lost it when we don't go back to the school. I remember the days of Keshi, late Big Boss, where they score from school, Sia and the rest of them, Jonathan Akbobo Reid, all come from school, Fibas, Lisa go school, all of them were from school. Even Chama Junwa also, a lot of them. Since we failed to continue. That was where we got it wrong. And if we don't go back there, we should still continue to happen again. So I just hope the authority will go back to school. A lot of us played in Shell Cup. I remember those days, Shell Cup. The Ambo Vazeke one is got from Shell Cup. A lot of Isaac and the pro that died from there. A lot of guys came up from school for football in Kaduna, in Abuja. But now. A lot of them, so they just have to go back to the school sport. If not, we're wasting our time.
The problem is it's like an interest seems to be taking over issues. People want their one person to be there, so instead of bringing the best, they want to push somebody they feel is closer to them to limelight. Well, let's leave that and come back to 2024. This man, of course, would have possibly been thrown out by some fans, and of course also by the man sitting back to my left here. If he had a chance as the matches were going up, nobody gave him a chance. And like I said, just like Pesero, before the Nations Cup, nobody gave him a chance. And at the moment, of course, it remains the best England has ever produced in terms of performance. He's the third man that, of course, has coached an England national side more than 100 matches. Of course, the last time England won a tournament was 1966, and of course, now he actually helped them to get to the semi-finals of the World Cup, and also got to the finals of the Europe in 2020, and now again the second finals for this man and for England within a short period. I think that person, of course, I'm talking about is Southgate. Will Southgate win the first cup for England after 1966? A long time coming. Can he do it against a Spanish side that has not lost a match in this tournament? Of course, England they scaled through penalties in so many of the matches, and of course, nobody's giving them a chance. Where do you think the pendulum will swing?
Well, I would say congratulations again to Southgate, because I'm really rooting for him and England. If you watch this England team, they progress gradually from every game. They grow from every game. Their performance in this era reminds me of Spigos at Cote d'Ivoire. We didn't start well. We were fumbling and wombling to get to the finals. With the kind of pattern Pesero played. Now Southgate, they have the play individually. They have good players, but as a team, they've not really, gelled. But gradually from round up to 16, we begin to see. They begin to gel, giving the Kopama, even with the pressure coming from him. Why not start Kopama? He refused. I love coaches that know what they want. They stood his ground. He stood his ground. He kept playing. Even Saka, a lot of things, like said was Saka, but we saw what Saka has picked up. We saw his goal, sir. So England has really proven. Southgate has proved a lot of things. That look, he is the man. He's the goal. But I heard this news today that the Trailer, the FA, they want to give him another contract again to continue, because he has done well. We didn't know how many years ago to the final. He has done well. I think the first time they go to final outside England. Yeah.
2 semi-finals.
And this is the first time they go to final outside England. So he has achieved a lot. So seriously, and Spain, nobody gave Spain a chance. Even Spain, when they started, we know how they started. It was difficult for them coming to this tournament. Nobody gave them a chance. But they came to the tournament, they blew everyone away. The young Yaman, William himself. Look at what these young men are doing. But it's going to be a tough game. But still, seriously speaking, I wish the Three Lions will win this cup.
3 Lions.
Can they do it?
Yeah. The first thing I want to say, when it comes to the final match, it's a nobody's match. I must tell you that. My fear for Spain, 2 things. This is the time these young lads, the first time 90% of the young lads in this team are coming this far. Psychologically speaking, I have my fears. They would have gotten to the gestation period mentally. Oh, we came this far. It's already done. They should not allow that relaxation to come in at this time. If that indifference comes in, then the Three Lions may be celebrated. That is one. Then secondly, the Spanish coach too, this is the first time he is coming this far. There shouldn't be loss of concentration. They have 90 minutes to seal up the whole thing. So because I see England coming first with a shock absorber kind of approach.
They have nothing to lose at their city right now.
Yes, a shock absorber kind of approach. Let's shock all your antennas. Then let's surprise you with a counter attack. If possible, let's play ugly. Their press will always come up with what they think they should do to make sure the mind games are in place. It originated from there. But by and large, I am rooting for Spain. I'm a Spanish fan. I'm a lover of good football. And I am praying that the supreme deity will favor Spain to the last.
Football, I gotta tell people, football is not about, it's about tactics, it's about knowing your opponent, knowing their strengths and their weaknesses, and adopting what you feel can, counter what they have to offer. Spain, of course, the best team, is no doubt about that in this tournament so far, winning all the matches, playing good football, the tiki-taka, kind of football. You see them, they're marking the way they shocked the opponents, the French team, the German team, they're marking it solid from the rear, and they move together as a team. And of course, you can't take that away from them. If on record, if I look at records and performance, I think the Spanish team are supposed to, will take it. But looking at football as it is, like I said, remember when Nigeria went to Nations Cup 1990 with West Half, we lost 5-1 to Algeria at the beginning, yes. And of course, they had to change the pattern, and they got to the finals and lost 1-0 again to the Nigerian time. To also talk about Pesero, so it's about knowing your opponent and know what to do. So if the English team picks it, really, I like you said, I love good football. I want the best side to win, but somehow emotionally, I think I want Southgate to just shame. It's critical.
You're right, Mr. Vincent. I see. Again, look at it from this angle. It's going to be difficult for the trailer. Why? Because they're coming to this final. The last final they were there, they lost. They're going to be under pressure. I'm telling you, the England. He's going to be under pressure. Yeah, of course. That is exactly what you say to the press, to journalists. But within them, they didn't expect. Yeah, but they're there. They're here. They're like, we lost at the last final at home. Now we're in the final again. We can't lose this one. So for me, Spain will coming to this game with confidence. Look, if we can beat the host country, Germany. What else? Who is Spain? Who's England? So they're going to come with calm. They're going to be calm going to this game. Look, let's play again. So the three are going to be under pressure. But I don't hope Southgate will do the right thing by making these guys calm down, concentrate and play good football.
Everybody is able to do that. But I don't see Southgate as one of those extremely intelligent coaches.
But the records are already speaking. For him.
The records are speaking for him. When, yes, the record is speaking for him right now. I am not against the record. Congratulations to him for that. But what I am saying, there are coaches that have acted as geniuses at the last minute. For time's sake, I would have gone into some of those examples. Well, but we do not have that.
Before we go, there's one thing I've noticed in this tournament, the combination of youth and the experience. Almost all the teams. Some names I felt are really retired. I see them playing well, and some youthful guys, were injected, and combining, making it easier for them to play. We just pray that our national team coach will learn from the Euro 2024 and the Copa America to be able to bring in such kind of experimental, that kind of system into our football, bringing the young and the old together, not just pushing aside our players because they've played 10 years for the national team. Well, I think with this, just because of time, we might come back, of course, to talk more about the Super Eagles. I know you want to talk
I wanted to say something. It depends on the coach. You say you talk about it has to do with FA. I remember 2004 in Tunisia when they kicked out Agali, Salisa Bayero, and Egbeni. That was when Osayo Domingue got his chance. He was very young, he was 18 or 19 then. He got a chance and he took it. You understand? So now I think it has to be the FA. If the FA can give the coach, look, can we bring a 16-year-old boy to the national team? They've done it before. How old was he when he brought the Super Eagles? But right now, not coach, the FA. The NFL.
Around the town that, of course, Nigeria is going for Edward Renard, a coach who has handled Morocco and Zambia, and presently the coach of the French women national team. Of course, also competing with Nigeria is another country. I think Another country is actually competing with Nigeria to get the services of Ronaldo. But in days to come, we'll get to know who becomes the Nigerian national team coach. With this, I think I'll say thank you for staying glued with Velocity City's Elite Sports channel. I'm Mr. Dakimami, and please, I want you to subscribe to this station, click like, and let's spread the gospel for us so that people get to know what is happening in this channel. Thank you. See you next week again for more on sports.